Romaine Lovell, we want to welcome you. He represents Nation Publishing. Nation has been our faithful and critical media sponsors since the inception of this program in 2010. Our chief panelist, Peter Williams, and although Pauline isn't here, his two amazing team members, Alison Brown-Ellis and Pauline Jordan. I think Peter enjoyed them and they him through the process. Representatives of participating organizations, without you we have no BBE. Other specially invited guests, glad to have you here. Members of the media, and by no means least, the awesome last served best wine and very committed Caribbean Catalyst team. The team welcomed Donna Harper-Nichols to join us for the 2022 project. She fitted in well and a real trooper. I know every participant knows exactly who she is and who Juju is as well. Here we are, 12 years later, at the 7th iteration of Barbados Best Employers. We have persevered through COVID, which has unfortunately resulted in a significant decline in participation. As we take a helicopter view of the 2022 program, clearly we must reinvent our approach and ensure that between now and 2024, we're creating more meaningful awareness so that leaders in all sectors really want to participate going forward. This calls for us to seriously examine the why, how, and what, not just from our perspective, but more importantly, from the perspective of Barbadian organizations, both private and public sector, both small and large, both entrepreneurial and bureaucratic, we have those, both for profit and not for profit, if this effort is to become seriously relevant and therefore positively impact doing business in Barbados. We at Catalyst cannot do it alone. We need lots of support from different people in different positions. That said, let us review the reality of BBE with some reference to this year's program. Why BBE? If we were asked to cite only one reason why organizations should enter BBE, it would be to genuinely listen to your people in order to gauge how they're honestly thinking and feeling. This is important no matter what is happening in the world, in Business Barbados, and in your organizations. In fact, when things are difficult, it becomes even more important to listen if you want to engage your people as part of the solution going forward. So when people didn't enter because the feedback would be negative, I kind of swallowed a bit before I responded. So then, why are companies so reluctant to enter in the current economic climate? The main reason shared showed that leaders are still reluctant to open themselves to what is likely to be negative feedback. That doesn't apply, of course, to the leaders who participated. However, what is important to note is that although many organizations may not be able to give salary increases or bonuses at this time, employees all wanted more than just a paycheck. Survey results revealed that employees are very interested in intangibles, such as working in an environment that respects and values all their people, provides them with opportunities for them to learn, grow, and develop, and where flexibility is real and respected by all, and not something that people are suspicious about. Effective on-the-job coaching is not very prevalent in our organizations in Barbados. Our people are not robots, and they too are hurting in the current climate characterized by inflation. Help them to truly develop on the job. Our workplaces need to become universities of life if we're serious about building Barbados. Turning now to the how. The values and principles fueling BBE have always been about building a better Barbados for the generations to come. In past iterations of this award, I had pictures of my grandchildren on the screen. They're now 17 and 11. So I won't show their pictures and embarrass them. But how do we engage or rev up Barbados' biggest natural resource? It's people. And I've heard that from the time I could remember myself. I'm born and bred here with some Guyanese roots. We must listen for understanding, engage people honestly and openly, and deal with negative feedback constructively. It's not about getting defensive or where you sit on the org chart, what you're allowed to say or not to say. We in leadership positions must both purposefully and intentionally work at leading in a value-centric way, while able to humbly and with humanity recognize our own flaws. And only then can we inspire our people and build sustainable teams. We need to understand that it is not only through engaging with our teams we need to understand that it is only through engaging with our teams that we can truly leverage their strengths to the benefit of the organization. Because if you don't engage people, you don't understand what their passions and strengths are. As HR consultants, we ourselves had to do some serious introspection to get us through COVID while helping our clients adapt appropriately. In any business, we leaders often say, and pump our chest, our people are our most valuable asset. Where does this most valuable asset show up on your profit and loss statement? Some of us may think it shows up as a payroll expense, full stop. But this is a huge mistake. Done right, this should be our greatest and most sustainable investment. So you have to hire right, train right, develop right, and fire right. Sorry, but truthfully, that's what we need to do. At first glance, you may not see people on the balance sheet. This seems to be an unrecorded asset. Their ability to generate revenue and profit, if we lead right, is where they show up. So they are the healthy bottom line when led effectively. If you doubt this, just let everybody in your shop go home for a week or two at the same time on full pay, and then you understand the value of your people. How can we create a culture where we help our people want to take initiative to develop themselves and help the organization succeed and grow? That is, think and behave like owners. As you watch the clips from our 4 finalists later, all these leadership characteristics will come alive. True leadership is very simple, but not easy. The principles are simple, but the implementation is not easy.